You released an EP in 2020, then released singles until Slumtrack's EP in 2023. Have your approaches to writing ramped up, or is it that you were looking to release something longer?
So with the EP, we've done singles, and we always kind of like the idea of doing an EP. Oh no, I've just nearly died again.
I saw that.
So I think because we'd done one EP when we first came out, and we just wanted to do it again but better.
Yeah.
We'd had a bunch of songs that we'd written, and those songs are old. Those were written during lockdown. They're like, we just took forever to get them out because sometimes it just takes ages. Watch out for that thing below you, by the way.
The thing below me, yeah. Salamander.
Salamander, yeah. Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to release like a longer track because we've done the singles and they did pretty well. But unfortunately, it's a lot easier to promote singles than it is anything else. But we also tried to do it so that all the songs weren't just similar to each other.
Yeah.
And we did go like quite a different route with a couple of the songs, like a song on there called Sick Transit, Gloria Mundi. And that was kind of a work in progress that we'd done nothing with. And then we did all of that song in the studio, basically. And just kind of made it up while we were there.
Yep.
But I'm getting off track. Yeah, we just wanted a longer release. We brought that out so that we could have more of a complete sounding thing, I think.
Is it something that you definitely enjoy and definitely feel like it's worked in your favour?
It's been a lot harder to promote than the singles were.
Really? How so?
The singles on it have done well. They've done as well as the singles the two singles we released before, so Spoiled Rotten and Parasite. But promoting the EP as a whole, some of the lower tracks on the EP don't seem to get listened to as much as
the
ones that are like first or second, and then the singles that we released.
Yeah.
But that's just, you just got to keep pushing it, haven't you? And hope that it gets more traction over time.
Yeah, I understand. You've recently added a new drummer and new guitarist, making you guys a 5-piece. What made you add a second guitarist since you've gone on for so long with just one?
I'll get you out of trouble here. 1 second. There you go.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
So Mike, I'm calling him out. He's always wanted. Oh God, that doesn't sound good, does it?
You feel an evil presence watching you.
It's because I mentioned Mike.
You said it once. You mentioned his name. Oh, what is this thing?
I mentioned Michael Stewart, and now there's an evil presence watching me. Yeah. So Mike's always wanted I like the idea of having a second guitarist, just so he can kind of do some more bits. And we had some complications with our original drummer.
Yep.
And when he left, we got Josh in the band, who's he's just a class drummer.
Okay.
He does everything that we already doing, he does 10 times better. And he's one of them guys, if you mention, can we do that? He'll be like, I don't know. And then he'll do it.
Yeah,
he's just like, whoa.
One of those annoyingly gifted drummers.
Yeah. You could say that, yeah. So basically, his brother, when we were looking for a guitarist, he was like, "I'm a guitarist." And we're like, "Oh shit, sound." So he just joins, and he had things that like, he's got a different set of skills to Mike.
Yeah.
He can do things that like we didn't already have in the band, so he's been like a good addition, I think.
Oh, dude, there might be some lava coming down.
I'm out of the way.
Okay, good, right? I just saw where it was going. I was like, hang on, this isn't good.
But in terms of convenience, it worked really well because, I'm not sure he was kind of used to playing our sort of music, but he's definitely adapted or like at least gotten used to it over the time he's been in the band. Yeah. And it's worked really well. So yeah. And just the fact that him and Josh are brothers means that we kind of... It's just a lot easier to organise as well. Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. There's no way only one of them can make a show. Yeah. Obviously, there's work that changes that, but
Yeah.
you know, that's the only thing.
But no, it's awesome that you guys were able to actually get that with the two brothers.
Two brothers
in a band. But yeah, it's
They're
just,
actually in like 3 bands together.
oh shit, serious?
They're all in like loads of bands. I don't know how they do it. But it's never like an issue. We never clash with shows or anything, and you know.
Oh, damn it! I fell in lava.
It's fine. It's one of them things that you just die in this game, unfortunately. Shit.
You nearly did.
He died as well. Oh fucking hell! Let
You
me
died?
come back.
Oh, hang on.
No.
Oh, dude, there's a big eye.
The guy from Cthulhu. Get to the house.
Is it Jordan? Is the guitarist?
Yeah.
You saying that like hardcore stuff isn't really his sort of vibe, but he's still adding to the band and stuff like that. Is he slowly?
Yeah, definitely.
Is he slowly coming around to hardcore? Or is he still like, I'll play this stuff, but it's just not for me?
I mean, I got the impression he was when he started listening to Kublai Khan. I was like, yeah, I know they're not. Don't shoot me. I know they're not a hardcore band, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, as close as
yeah.
it's about as close as you can get, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
But he's definitely got more into it. I mean, he likes heavy music. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he just enjoys playing it in general.
Yeah, is having the two brothers in the band assisting at all with your like your writing as well, or have they not been in the band long enough to actually start contributing yet?
It's more that, like, to be honest, Mike writes pretty much everything.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where, like, they contribute by just doing what we've asked, but better, I'd say. So if we've ever like, oh, can you do this? They'll do it better, and it works really well.
So they add to the jigsaw pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we wouldn't think of doing that they just manage to add.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice seeing people adding things in different ways, shapes, and forms that they can.
Yeah, and I think because like Josh wasn't really into hardcore either before he joined.
Yeah.
He's into a lot more like straight up metal, which is
okay.
like death metal and that sort of thing. Which is kind of what I've always been into from the beginning. But because he's learned like drum like a all-round metal drummer, it means he can add a lot more to it as well. Like that guy can blast beat.
Yeah, the second you get a drummer who can blast, oh, this opens up so many avenues.
Yeah, and his double bass is a bit mental, to be honest.
I've got a sort of like a newish segment on this. Basically, it's a question from a previous guest.
Okay.
So someone who was on this show previously will ask anyone a question. And last time I had Jake Schofield on.
Oh no!
And he wants to know: does it ever get boring being so fucking tall?
Oh man. The short answer is yes and no.
I was about to say the short answer. Is that how you want to word the answer?
Oh right, I didn't even know I'd done that. Sometimes yes. Allow me to elaborate. Although being tall is great, and you get, I didn't even want to sound cocky with this, but it's nice to be tall, man. It is.
That's fair. Yeah.
There's a lot of perks to it. But I've got to say this: every time I slightly move my shoulder, or my arm, or my back, and it cracks like bubble wrap constantly.
Because of how tall you are.
Discomfort quite often because it's hard to keep posture when you're 6'5", you see. Yeah. Because there's things that
I was going to say, how tall are you? And it is 6'5", yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'5" and I weigh 15 stone 7 pounds.
Jesus Christ!
And well, I used to weigh 18 stone.
I was going to say you're not even the fat guy, so.
It's all muscle, yeah. It's all muscle. I've got to have a lot of muscle in. I'm carrying around all this talent, But basically, like, yeah, it does get old because everything's an obstacle. You sit funny in your chair, you hit your head off things. You wouldn't believe how many things you can hit your head off. It's a lot more than you'd actually think. It has its perks. It's fun. But it also means that, as the doctors told me when I was young, one day you are going to be crippled by back pain.
Yeah.
I just love the NHS for giving you a heads up.
We'll give you a heads up for how we will let you down. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Fucking God bless the NHS, but
I can't really remember if the guy who told me that was short. But maybe he was just trying to upset me.
That's all he was after.
He was just after a reaction from me.
Just fuck this guy in general.
Yeah, to answer Jake Schofield, it does get boring being tall. I hope you're happy and satisfied with that.
Yeah, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. Do you have any tour life hacks? Is there anything you do whilst you're on tour, or something you've learned to do at shows that just makes your life so much easier? Any weird rituals, or like, no, before you go to a thing, I need some blueberries, anything like that?
Oh, I've had this one for years.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be able to do vocals without it. Like, initially.
Okay.
I can now, but it took me a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's... I used to get a lot of shit off everyone in the band for this. I don't care, it's worked. And I know I'm stalling here. Basically, I used to just drink lemon tea with honey. But before that,
yeah,
I used to just guzzle honey. There's a band from the Midlands called Trivax.
Okay.
They're like a death metal or black metal band. I'm not too sure. Someone I know is going to correct me for that. But yeah. Basically, when I was first learning to do vocals,
yeah,
when I was in Torn Ends, I used to do drums and vocals.
Okay.
Because we could never find a vocalist that was out. So I just kind of learned it myself.
Yep.
And while I was doing that, we played a gig with Trivax. It was a Metal to the Master gig, so it tells you everything you need to know.
Yep.
And basically, he was like, "You sound like you're straining," and I was like, "Oh, really? Do I?" And he was like, "Drink some honey," but they're not. I don't think they're natively from the UK.
Gotcha. So he probably meant like drink some honey lemon or something like that. But you just went.
I took it way too literally.
You took it too literally. You went and you like just mouthed that beehive.
I guzzled honey for like years, and sometimes when we record, and I still do, because it does work. But the other thing that it does is honey is a natural like painkiller.
Yeah.
So it's also really bad to do it because you're just constantly like numbing your mouth. It's natural anesthetic. What I was looking for. But you just constantly numbing your mouth and your throat, so you don't actually know when you're doing it wrong.
Oh right, gotcha.
So I just used to do that all the time, and there is plenty of vocalists out there that have like actual techniques and stuff, and are good. And I just want to say for the record that I'm not. I just kind of do, and if it works, it works.
Everyone has things that's different. I've heard so many vocalists say both ends of the spectrum. I like cold drinks before I go on stage. I like hot drinks when I go on stage. Some people saying like it has to be something like orange juice. Some people say like milk. I've heard like I think it was Phil Bozeman who said that he drinks Coke before he goes on stage.
Yeah, and as a rule, that's like a no.
That's usually a big no-no. Yeah, but like Phil Bozeman's possibly one of the most, if not the most famous deathcore vocalist of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, but it is crazy, isn't it? How like one rule can work with some people and one rule works with others.
I don't really know if there is a set way to do it.
I don't believe there is. It's sort of like what works for you.
Yeah.
If it works for you, good. Keep doing it.
Yeah, I think it's one of them things that, like, you know, I mean, you still get vocalists that are like, oh, like, you have to do it this certain way.
Yeah.
You talk to them, halfway through a weekender and they can't talk.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like- But that's the trouble. Like sometimes, especially if you're having a really good gig, you just blow your voice out because you're not really thinking about your technique if you're having a great time.
Yeah.
Especially if you get out of breath. I found that if I get a gig when I'm really energetic and like I'm really like just happy to be there,
Yeah.
sometimes you just end up messing it up because you're not really thinking about a technique while you're doing it.
Yeah, there's just so many little things like that can just like really fuck you up. Like, like for me, first day of tour, and I like bang the fuck out of my head, and the next day I wake up, it's like, right, can't move my head.
I'm in pain. Yeah.
This hurts. This sucks. Okay, this is my life now. This is how existence is now.
For the next 5 days at least.
Yeah. Oh god, it's always that way, isn't it? But yeah, it's amazing how that can happen. So my last question is, what are your guys' plans for the rest of the year?
So we decided to take a little bit of a break from gigs.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, we're just gonna stop. In the meantime, we've basically just taken a step back and we're making a new set that we're happy with.
Yep.
But we are in July. It's not been announced yet, but it will be announced. It will be announced Monday. We're doing a weekender with Cranium.
Oh, lovely.
So that'll be great. We got to play with those in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Can't remember when it was. It wasn't that recent, but it was, it was good, and they're fucking sick. So,
Yeah.
Any chance to kind of play with a band like that, we're like, let's do it.
Is Cranium the band that they have like members all over the world, also all over Europe?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're hard because to do it, we've had to like book flights, and flights have had to be booked before. We haven't done all of that, but to book flights, it's before we could announce, flights needed to be booked, and I don't think that process was easy when it came to doing it. So I think they're quite, they are all over the place. If anything, that's makes them cooler.
Because it's insane. Yeah, because we played a show with them I think it was in Birmingham actually, at the Devil's Dog, and what is it? It was we played a show with them, and then they were like, I was asking their guitarist about it, and he was saying that I'm from. He was like, I'm from Bristol, but the rest of the band are like from here, there, and everywhere. And I was like, how do you guys like organize like a band practice? And he was like, we don't. We know our stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's fair play.
I suppose if you can learn it like all around, if you can learn a set like separately and then come together and do maybe a rehearsal before a tour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just meet up and then do the shows. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, fuck that though.
On top of that, that's end of July.
Okay.
Beginning of July, we've got there's a festival. I think you might know about it. For some reason, I think you guys might have heard of this.
Okay.
Dead Fest in Birmingham.
Yeah, we might have heard of that one. Yeah.
But is that not like one of the I wouldn't say it's one of the best lineups ever, but it's a bloody strong lineup.
It is a really strong one, yeah.
Especially where the local scene's concerned, because you just think every good band from the local scene is playing.
Yeah. And there's so many good bands on that bill.
I didn't bring them up earlier, but that's thanks to Dead Mob basically.
Yeah.
And they've been around a long time, and they just keep at it. And they don't really, they're one of them bands that just doesn't seem to ever slow down. They just keep going and going and going. And they're doing a lot of bits for the scene, to be honest, because they're just doing a lot. And Rob from Dead Mob has organised that whole show. And he's just, because he's promoted at the Devil's Dog now, which is another really good venue. But
Absolutely love that.
It's brilliant when they've got a good crowd there.
Yes.
I think it's a bit too small to be doing small gigs at because it just feels empty. Even if there is 50 people there, it still just kind of feels Like, there's not many. But yeah, that aside, we've got that festival, and as you know, there's a lot of good bands on there. And I think if you're local, it's definitely one you should go to. Because why not? Eh?
Exactly. Yeah. There's no reason why you can't come to that if you're not a fan of the local scene.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's only £25 a ticket, and yeah, that's 25 quid.
So for the rest of the year, what else you got planned after July then? Anything?
So yeah, we've recently been. I don't know if I can necessarily announce who it is, but we've got a manager now. Been taken on by manager. It's at early stages, so it's a consultancy at the moment.
Yeah.
But basically, they manage quite a few pretty successful bands, so that's going to be fun. And we've got 5 tracks ready to be released, but they're from different producers. So
all 5 of them?
3. No, 3 of them from one producer, and then 2. So they're from Jake Murray, basically. The first 3, which is the guitarist from Ill Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just finishing the video off for one of them, so we'll be getting that out as soon as we can, basically. Just need to sort out like the campaign and all that kind of thing. And then we'll go from there. But after that, we've got a couple more tracks that we're going to make into an EP.
Yeah.
And then go from there. So we've got most likely going to release a 3-track EP.
Yep.
And then later on in the year, we'll be working on another one where we'll probably do a 5 or a 6-track, and then we'll go from there with that. So we've got releases coming up, basically.
Good, quite a few.
Other than that, that's our year. We've got the gigs in July.
Yep.
And then the rest of it is just going to be some releases, and we'll get gigs as we get them then.
Yeah, so the thing is that you can plan for as many gigs as you want, but it's just as long as they come along, as long as shows are actually being done.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, in recent years we've never been short. We've never been short of gigs, which is really nice because you know how it feels sometimes when you're like, oh, I'm not getting gigs.
Yeah.
And then
fully aware of that feeling.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's a lot of the time it's not. It's one of them. It's not you, it's me situation.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean that you're trash. It just means that at the minute there just isn't anything going on that requires you.
Yeah, I get that. It's a weird pill to swallow because you don't believe it is actually true.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of the opposite of imposter syndrome, and it's like, are we not good enough for this then now?
Yeah.
But a lot of time it's just they dry out a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just how it happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
There can't always be gigs, and you can't always be asked to do stuff.
Oh God. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's what he said. Joey was free falling. Oh, that's classic.
Oh, that's class.
I'll say that's all my questions. I'll say that's pretty much the end of the interview. So thank you for joining me. Thank you everyone for watching. We had quite a few viewers tonight.
Cheers for having me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, anytime. But so sorry it took so long to get to you in the end. Just there's been, the past couple of weeks have been shit.
I know, man. I know. Unfortunately, life throws stuff at you, don't they?
JFaz, thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Obviously drop me a follow if you don't mind as well, because I put these up like roughly once every 2 weeks. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care.